We want our projects and processes to be smart, we want it to be sustainable and safe, and we want it all now. This sentiment is very telling of the Middle East construction sector. But is this want for all things smart part of a larger tick box exercise? Let's find out all this and more from Mohamed Swidan, Senior Director and Head of MENA at Procore Technologies. Mohamed, thanks very much for taking the time out to join me on Construction Week Middle East Expert Interviews. It's a pleasure to have you today.
Thank you, Disha. It's a pleasure to be with you.
Now, since we are discussing all things smart, I'd like to understand from you just how are Procore leading the way in a smarter era of construction?
Interesting question. Smarter era of construction for me is all about connectivity. It's about connecting everyone. And I mean really everyone. All stakeholders, owners, contractors, subcontractors, but even on every single job type, architects, engineers, estimators, and everyone. And it's not about connecting everyone only, it's about connecting everyone from anywhere and everywhere and through every single device. Because when you do that, you truly allow everyone to collaborate. We're in the epicenter of innovation. You look at the Dubai 2040 urban master planning, you look at the KSA 2030 vision. Without collaboration and without connectivity, there is no way we'll be able to deliver to these aspirations. And when you look at Procore, Procore is a strong believer in the platform space. We really believe that platform is the way forward because platform allows every individual to connect and collaborate. And when you do so, then you'll have the ability to get visibility and make informed decisions.
Now, Mohamed, it's interesting you bring up collaboration and being connected. Could you tell me just how you feel the industry is collaborating and just how is it adopting technology? Are we doing it the right way? And how are we optimizing project delivery and processes while doing so?
It's a journey, right? If you look in this part of the world, in this region, we've always delivered projects. So it's nothing new to us, right? But we delivered them by organizations thinking of silo technologies or optimizing manual processes. Maybe that served in the past, right? But when you look at the direction where we're heading, when you look at the project of the 50s, when you look at the new Saudi technology initiatives, there is no way we're going to also get to these initiatives without making sure that we optimize our processes. What I'm really trying to say is what got us here is definitely not going to get us to where we need to go. And in order to be able to, kind of outpace the current requirements from a region and from a vision, we need to also be able to optimize and digitize all processes. I don't think every organization today has digitized its processes. I think we're in that journey together in order for these organizations to digitize. And technologies are there today available that will support them to get through that journey. And that's why we at Procore, we want to make sure that everyone realizes it's not only about collaboration and connectivity, it's about the ability to collect data. And once you have a lot of data available, you'll be able to actually have a real-time visibility. And with real-time visibility, you're actually becoming more proactive than reactive to everything that is being thrown at your plate.
Right. Now, of course, you've spoken about and hinted at the solutions, but there are always challenges along the journey, aren't there? So now I'd like to also understand from you, what are the current challenges that the construction industry is facing in the way it optimizes project delivery and processes, as well as its approach to data management, since you spoke about data in your previous answer as well? It's
a very good question. I think there are two sets of challenges. The first set is really finding the right technology partner. I think, it's important you invest time to understand what technology will not only enable you today, but will enable you for tomorrow and after tomorrow. But that's only one piece of the puzzle. The second piece is the culture of the organization that's adopting that technology. You can invest as much as you want in buying the best technology, but if the teams don't adopt to that, and if that change does not happen within the organization, then that technology will not be used. And unfortunately, people will fall back to their old habits and behaviors. And that's why it's very important to solve for these two challenges when you're looking at the technology partner. You want to make sure that you're evaluating them on their ability to deliver today and tomorrow from a technology point of view, but also that they'll be the true companion with you in that journey and support you through implementation and change management, and make sure that you come out on the other side utilizing this technology to its fullest.
So it's interesting that you brought up culture of an organization, and now I want to go back to Procore and ask you about Procore's culture. Just how does the company promote single platform technology to ensure that the Middle East construction sector is digitally equipped and empowered?
I mean, culture for us is quite important. It's part of the DNA of every Procorian. We're very proud of our culture. We speak about it, and every customer or organization that interacts with us actually feel it. But how do we bring the platform to the market? I think it's a two-step process for us. One, it's all about education awareness. The first important thing is to allow people to understand there are other ways for them to be able to get their business done. And for us, educating and awareing and making sure that the region is aware of such technologies is one of our biggest priorities. And we do that across different ways, channels, and areas. The second thing is hiring the right people. And I'm very excited to say that we have a team over here based locally in the UAE, serving the Middle East and North Africa region across all customer touch points. So throughout the customer journey with us, they'll be interacting with people that are local to this region. And I'm very, very thrilled to say that all of them come with extensive experience in both construction and technology.
Right. That's very interesting. Now, for the big and the final question, just is the industry, especially post-COVID, embracing technology only to tick boxes? And while we're also talking about that, I'd like to understand how can companies as yours at Procore Technologies ensure that all stakeholders are understanding the real value associated with digital transformation?
That's a very, very interesting question. Let's look at it with three lenses. Mm-hmm. Pre-COVID, technology did exist, right? So technology was never built only to serve when the emergency button was hit during COVID. Not every organization jumped on that piece of technology pre-COVID. I think COVID played an important role in terms of accelerating the adoption of technology. I think most organizations post-COVID have jumped on the wagon. I think there are very little portion that are still doing it to tick a box, but they're very soon going to realize if they don't jump on the wagon, they're going to stand to lose. How can organizations like ours support? I think technology is great, but if it's not easy to use, then we're missing out. And I think at Procore, we made sure that the ease of use is something that is part of the delivery that we do from a platform point of view. The second thing is, Procore is a company that's purely focused on construction. And that is really phenomenal because all our R&D, all our investment is based on creating more innovation, creating more technology for our customers that have jumped with us on the journey. And that's very important for stakeholders. As they invest into technologies, they want to make sure that this partnership has longevity. Right. And I think these are some of the areas that we provide to ensure, post-COVID, that technology will not only be utilized, but it will serve for tomorrow and after tomorrow as well.
Right. We seem to be going beyond the tech buzzwords. I think you'd agree with me on that.
Yes, for sure. I think tech buzzwords are great. They create a momentum. They're sometimes based on theory. But what's the beauty about tech buzzwords? Once you start using it, implementing it, and realizing the outcome, they're no longer buzzwords, they're realities.
On that note, Mohamed, I'd like to thank you for taking the time. You've made some very valid and interesting points as always. Thank you for taking the time. It was lovely having you on our show today.
Thank you very much for hosting me. I appreciate it.
Likewise.